Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 411.
411.
Of MouseSteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Van Travel. Today we're going to talk all about the Remy's Ratatouille Adventure area. I got to preview that today, although it will be yesterday, right when this goes. But MEI and Mouse Van Travel can help you get to Walt Disney World. They can check for the best deals and also just give you recommendations on hotels and dining.
Yeah, 50th anniversary, less than a month away of Walt Disney World.
Hard to believe.
So let's talk about Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
I was here. I was so excited to be here. I got to Epcot at like 7:30 this morning to do this event. And so we got to see Remy and Emile, who we have seen both at Walt Disney World and at Disneyland Paris before, and actually at Disneyland. But they normally are not out, so I'm hoping that they will come out, I hope, for regular guests as well. And it was really fun to see them. This is Ratatouille is my personal favorite.
Look at that great picture. I am so jealous. Look at how nice.
My favorite animated movie. And I have my Remy and Emile, my Ratatouille shirt from Disneyland Paris.
And what's coming up is some official B-roll that Disney had put out this morning, plus some footage that you shot as well.
Right. It was only one per outlet could go. So I had like 3 cameras on me today.
But you did such a great job. And we went, we trained. We went out a couple times this week because we have some new low light equipment, and you did a great job.
Thank you. Well, I tried. You know what? It'll get better as the time progresses, and I really love being here. It's very different than Disneyland Paris in a lot of ways. This fountain is much bigger in person than the one at Disneyland Paris. The ride is the same. The queue is different. It's interesting to see the differences. This is my footage. You can see Remy and Emile have made their way actually into the land instead of just being outside it. And this is very similar to the Disneyland Paris version right here, Walt Disney Studios Park.
Interesting, it still said Fast Pass Plus. They haven't changed it to a Lightning Lane yet.
Yes. So I'm sure that will change at some point in the very near future. Probably by the time we get back from we're going to Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland. So we actually delayed that trip to do this. And so
this is new now. They don't have this room, nor do they have this ride video at Disneyland Paris.
No, and so this I don't want to call it. Yeah, you can see what it is. It looks like artwork, sort of like being on the Disney Dream. Then it kind of comes to life, and then you see, it tells you what to do for the attraction. You can see just kind of information and rules and
it does not tell you that you have to remove your chapeau, because that is often told to me in person at Disneyland Paris. I'm told remove your hat.
Is that at Disneyland Paris?
I'm trained. I'm so trained now. Before I even get in, I put it right in my bag.
Oh, well, definitely Peter Pan. I remember that's one.
That's right.
Yes.
That's another one. And here I see. Is that a hat that he's wearing? Yes, he's
got to
take
it off.
He needs to take his chapeau off before he rides.
But this is so cute. Remember your glasses and have a great time.
It is adorable.
They need to put on the mask too. But but it's so cute. And so here is, well, obviously this is B-roll. I couldn't have gone onto the track to take this. So everybody gets, of course, on their Ratmobile. And we're going to show me as well. I'm going to have a rider cam.
These rider cams are very difficult because you don't know really what to do during them.
Right. I just kind of sit there and I actually feel, and we're just looking at the different
one of the
scenes
shots
here.
of you could see the wind in your hair and you could see the movement, and I think they're showing that. And so it's interesting.
It's funny because I actually try to look.
See a little windy?
Yeah, I actually do try to look like I'm looking at more things than I normally would look at, because we've ridden this a lot. I love this ride.
This year we rode it multiple times.
We did at Disneyland Paris. And so I rode it like 8 times today. So it's not like there's any surprises really for me, because I've seen it all.
You can't really see expression with the mask there. So.
It's okay. You know what? It's almost better, because I could be really excited, but I can look like I'm not excited, even if I'm trying to. So mostly we just want to look at the
You know what? You have
stuff.
to be yourself. So what did you think? Was it exactly the same?
The ride is exactly the same. Queue is not the same. The land is not the same. Obviously, the restaurant is not the same.
Right. There's no restaurant. There's just an empty wall.
The Creperie is the restaurant outside. But the ride from start to finish is pretty much the same. The one thing is the sortie, the exit. That's something that where I'm like, it's so weird to see the word exit.
Yes.
That is the thing that was unusual for me.
And these are some nice little details that you got today. There's Remy on the water fountain.
I just liked seeing like Remy with Remy. I thought that was really fun. And then there's Remy down here as well. It's not like we already kind of knew what we've seen everything and photographed it from the Skyliner so much. There's not a lot to me very different than what I knew. There's Anton Ego. This is supposed to be like a wine shop. It's not really a wine shop.
I was going to say, too bad they don't sell these bottles.
They should, or they should serve them in the land, because just like they have the wine at Disneyland Paris. Yes, I thought that was really fun. And then it's just it's not like a ton of Ratatouille stuff. Yes, the Anton Ego, but not as much as you would think. I think in the land, just little bits here and there. And then also, this is like the Colette and Chef Skinner's bikes. And they had them at Disneyland Paris too, and they probably still have them at Disneyland Paris. And then a stroller, which is not part of Ratatouille. That's a bonus.
That is a bonus.
It's Remy's stroller. No, I'm kidding. So, and then we're just looking at the outside. The Remy's Ratatouille Adventure outside looks pretty much exactly, I think, like at Disneyland Paris.
And now it's time to talk about merchandise.
I interviewed Tracy from Merchandise, and they have some wonderful items here, really fun.
Hi, I'm Tracy. I'm here to talk to you about Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, the merchandise that we developed specifically for this experience. I'm going to start with our remote control buddy. I love this so much. It's one of my favorite things. So we have Emile and we have Remy, and as you can see, you can wear him and he'll come all around, drives all around. So much fun. So we have Emile and we have Remy. It's remote control. He also works on flat surfaces, so you can put him on a table, you can put him on a fridge, and he's going to have the same movement there. So he's a lot of fun. Another thing I really want to talk to you about and share with you is our Peacher plush. So this is really fun. He speaks English and French. So if you push this arm here, you get English, and if you do this one here, it's French.
And I have that at home. I love
and he's still soft and plush, like a plush. Yes, you can see it. Okay. And then, I talked a little bit about partnering with the Walt Disney Imagineering earlier. Our ride vehicle. So we have 3 different colors of these vehicles, and we worked with Walt Disney Imagineering to get those colors and those features. And then if you've been on the attraction, you'll have seen it. So we wanted that same feature where it has that same kind of emotion as you would at the attraction to really be able to bring that home with you.
That is so cool.
So he's a lot of fun, and we love this item. And we love these ride vehicles so much that we actually even put him in patterns in our prints, and we have a mug like that. So we did a lot with that. And then this whole experience is a lot about cooking. So we have a lot of different cooking things we can do. So we have like our apron, we have our wooden spoon, our timer here, which I love. And then we actually also have our tea towels, but this tea towel has the Ratatouille recipe. Oh. So you can follow the recipe and actually make Ratatouille from it, which is great. And then every great chef has a chef's coat. So we have our version of the chef's coat here, which is so much fun. And then we have our hat. So we have a chef's hat here. And then, I don't know where our actual one went, but if you go up here, you can see it up there. So that hat...
he has Remy in it.
He does. So at nighttime, he has the image up front. So look, in the film, it looks like Remy's like pulling on your hair like this. Yeah. So you're going to see that it looks like Remy's in there. He's going to light up, and then he'll move around, and then he pops up. So just like that one pops up, he'll pop up.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So it's so much fun. And then we have one here. Right here. So you're not going to be able to see the light. It's really too light right now. But if you push on the cheese, it'll give you the different interactions. And then I'm trying to get it to you. This
is going to be
pop up.
Hot toy.
You kind of need to have them in the light to get the light up.
Because of course you have to follow the cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
Oh, that's so cute. That's so cool.
You see that? And then he will, so you can keep him up where he'll stay up, and then he'll go back down, and he'll come play back over again with that whole image.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks. And I love that. I love that a lot of the stuff is useful. Again, like the cutting board is really cool.
And then we have a rolling pin. So this rolling pin, we worked on it to make sure you can, use it in the kitchen as well. And we wanted to be able to have that experience. We have our dessert plate. We also have a matching espresso cup. So if you want espresso with that, we have that as well. We really wanted to be able to
and then there's
use it
also
different ways. And then I know this is our journal, but what I love about this journal is people capture those family recipes in different ways. So you can use this to capture those family recipes and really have that, as you go further, pass them down to your children or your family or however you want to do that.
Very good. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Not a problem.
What I really love about the merchandise here is that it's unique to Walt Disney World. I have a bunch of items from Paris, but there was nothing I saw here that I recall. They work with like Imagineering to create new merchandise for Walt Disney World. And I ended up with those ears, although not practical for doing the camera work, but they're super cute. And
you have the Remy. We already have the talking Remy in two languages.
We bought that. I think that I love that. I love the French and the English. There's a few things that are reminiscent of France, like tea towels. Tea towels aren't something that's really big, I think, in America as much as they are like in France. And I just thought these were really fun.
Well, the remote control attraction vehicles are awesome. I mean, you can get both of them, and also the remote control little rat, whichever one, Emile or a Remy that you have that goes on your shirt.
You can
put it on the refrigerator. She said, like it can go in many places.
There isn't a lot of merchandise at Walt Disney World where I'm like, I need that. But there's actually a number of items like I say I need that. It's kind of like again the Remy that I bought, the plush.
I like how the remote control is cheese. Perfect.
There's lots and lots of cheese here.
And you mentioned earlier I should get these socks. Is that something you want to see me wearing around the park?
With your shorts.
That would be fantastic.
Another thing I like about the merchandise here is how many practical items like the cutting board and a shopping list. Just like Disneyland Paris does have shopping lists as well. I picked some up, but not this one. So just the I want to say the word practical with the ITY, but I'm too tired for that now.
The Remy wine stopper, very practical in this house.
Yeah, I actually would buy that too. So there's a lot here, and then there's like the timer, and then the spoons. But would you stick like one of those beautiful spoons into your pasta sauce? I'm not sure that I would. I probably would just want to leave it on the counter.
Don't we have a couple spoons, like nice spoons like that we've not even used?
Yeah, because I don't know that I don't want to necessarily use them if they look that nice.
So here we are. You're taking us on a little walk around the area now.
It's it's a beautiful area. It's not huge. It's not a huge area, but it's for an expansion, it's not its own land. It's part of the France Pavilion. So in that sense, it's actually quite large. It's not like the Place de Remy.
And now that we're back by the fountain, I know you did an interview over here.
Yes, with Imagineer Matt, who I talked with about Remy's Ratatouille adventure and then the France expansion.
My name is Matt Byler, and I'm a producer with Walt Disney Imagineering.
And right now we're in the area where Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is the expansion for the France Pavilion. Can you tell us about the attraction?
Sure. As a part of the world's most magical celebration, the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World, Epcot will be opening up its newest attraction called Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. It's a family-friendly experience where guests of all ages will be shrunk down to the size of Chef Remy, and they'll narrowly escape through a dazzling chase of the sights and sounds and smells of the Gusteau's restaurant in Paris.
And right now we're also looking at just the expansion area, which is, what is the inspiration for this area? I noticed that the fountain here is a lot bigger than the one in France.
That's right. So in any time we bring an attraction like this one from France, which the ride itself is very true to the France attraction, but the area development, we have to make sure that we seamlessly blend, our World Showcase aesthetic that our guests love. It's a place that's inspired by the art, the architecture, the music, and the food of France. We have to blend that through this Paris that we see in the film Ratatouille, right? This Paris that has a whimsical nature to the architecture. There's all these little details, and it's older, it's settled. There's a lot of the buildings have kind of gone a little bit askew, and you see that play out in the architecture here in this pavilion. The colors are more vibrant. It truly matches what you see in Pixar's film Ratatouille.
And different from the France pavilion, well, in France, everything's French.
Sure.
So you have Bistro Chez Remy, and here we have the Creperie. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, the Creperie is a fantastic place for guests to enjoy sweet and savory crepes. One of my favorites is the salmon crepe. Try that one out. It's fantastic.
And are there any other little details that guests should look for while they're here?
Oh, I think to me, there's a ton of detail, right? One of my favorite scenes is the pantry scene, where there's just these oversized pieces of food. There's a 2-ton ham that's hanging from the pantry, and that helps to really sell the fact that we've been shrunk down to the size of Chef Remy. And in that scene, you'll see little details of rat eyes that are kind of hiding in that scene, hiding from you. And I think it's those little nuances that our guests love, because it really makes them feel like they're immersed in that story.
Thank you very much.
It was very interesting, and here's our friends, Remy and Emile, meeting inside the land this time.
Yes, they were outside, and I wasn't expecting them to come inside. But we're going to be also, well, here they go.
I really hope they are around when this opens.
That would be really fun.
That would be great.
So I got to try out La Creperie. I think it's La Creperie de Paris is probably about how you say it. And, okay, first I had some hard cider. They have French hard cider here, which was really good, actually. And then they have a variety of different crepes. I had
look at this as we speak.
Ratatouille. I had the Ratatouille one. I had a choice
that looks
of
so good.
A couple different ones or the vegetable, and so that's the one I ordered.
Oh, and there's Eric.
Eric, and also I got to talk to Jerome Bocuse. Look at that! Look at that steam.
That looks so good. You could see that steaming.
And this is a buckwheat crepe. It's a galette, I think is how you say it, from like the Brittany in France.
Dessert from your other crepe.
Yes, and it has a hazelnut spread, which is delicious. They were both delicious. I really recommend it. I'm hoping during the pass holder preview in a couple weeks that we will.
Oh, I will
this
definitely
will be open.
want to dine there. I am so jealous of this. It looks so good.
The food was. I didn't have a lot of time to eat it all. I think I got through the sweet crepe fully. It was so good. And so now I'm heading. Am I heading out now?
Well, you're showing us a little tour of the interior
I'm
here.
like heading to the restrooms.
It doesn't. No, it's very funny. It doesn't look that large to me.
It's not a huge restaurant, but this is. Look how many restaurants are in the France Pavilion. But there is a table service component and then also a quick service component. The Creperie à la Emporté, and there are the cast members here saying au revoir.
So that was great. It makes me very hungry. So I
good.
so look forward to our pass holder day coming up soon.
And I think I just passed Jerome Bocuse, who sat with me to talk with me.
That's awesome.
He is, his family is so famous.
Legendary.
In France, right. And he runs all of this.
Look at the detail.
All
Again,
the food.
you love the
All the
fountain.
food.
We've seen a lot of the fountain.
I love the fountain. It reminds me of being in France and at Disneyland Paris, and I can't wait to get back to Disneyland Paris as well.
I love the sound of a fountain. I think this would be a great place on a hot day to sort of hang out.
I love the fountain, the other fountain in France, and now there are 2 beautiful fountains.
I cannot believe, but that is another show.
That's another show. It's a little shorter than our normal show, but we got 20
Quick
minutes.
turnaround.
Yeah, we had to be really quick here. 20 minutes of the France expansion with Remy's Ratatouille Adventure.
And we want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel.
Check them out. Book with them. It doesn't cost anything to book with them, and they can help guide you for your trip. We're almost at the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. and that Remy's Ratatouille Adventure will be opening in just a few weeks.
And the Disney Wish will be debuting next year. Becky was just on the Disney Dream last week.
And she's been on Royal Caribbean and Norwegian so far as well.
So lots of cruising.
Yes.
So next week we have some exciting things coming up. We're going to have Halloween time at Disneyland.
Our next show will have that whenever we get around to it.
But I'm very much looking forward to that. I have not been to Disneyland in a long time, and there's a lot of Halloween activities happening.
It's been, over a year and a half for you now, and about a year and a half for me. Just again, both parks it should be really fun.
And the Oogie Boogie Bash.
Oogie Boogie Bash, and I look at everything going on, and it's really a pretty full Halloween season this year.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.